Well, what's up, guys? CJ back with another video. So, y'all might be thinking that maybe I have some sort of vengeance against OpenGate video, and I don't really. I mean, I totally understand the reasoning behind shooting an OpenGate. For me, it isn't about shooting OpenGate. I don't have a issue with it. What I have an issue with is the social media aspect of it, and I feel like for how long now people have been shooting in 16 by 9 and just pulling their uh, cropped images for their shorts and vertical content, and never had a problem. And all of a sudden, one camera comes out with Panasonic comes out with this OpenGate, and a couple other cameras can't have it now. A lot of Panasonic, Canon's got it. Some other cameras have the OpenGate, which if you're new to the channel, you don't really understand what OpenGate is. Basically, video is shot in 16 by 9, right? Typically, it's shot in 16 by 9. The sensor, though, typical camera sensor is a 4 by 3 aspect ratio. So 16 by 9 aspect ratio for typical video. Cinematic would be like a 17.9 or 17 by 9 aspect ratio. So you have the little black bars at the top of your screen and the bottom of your screen. And 4 by 3 is the sensor, so you're not actually getting the full sensor when you're typically recording video. If you shoot in OpenGate, which only a handful of cameras even have at this point, it'll shoot 4 by 3, so it'll use the entire sensor. And then it opens the gate, basically. There's whatever. And so it will make it so you have a little bit more space to work with when it comes to using your content for different things. So if you want to crop in and shoot like a short, well, your camera's still kind of, this way, you can do that instead of, turning it up and shooting in portrait mode, if you will. So I don't have any issues with really shooting it. To me, it's just how everybody has gotten so passionate about OpenGate when they were just fine before, and all of a sudden, oh my God, we can't shoot anything but OpenGate now. And if you're not shooting OpenGate, you're wrong. And that's really what it comes down to with my issues with OpenGate. It's not even really that big of a deal. It's just, I just think it's funny how everybody's like, oh, why can't Sony have OpenGate? I'm like, why does it matter if it has OpenGate? I typically shoot my videos with a 14 millimeter lens, a Canon C50. The Canon C50's got OpenGate, but because it's a 14 millimeter lens, and I'm sitting probably in my normal studio, I'm sitting probably 10, I don't know, I'm maybe 2.5 to 3 feet away from the camera, and it's plenty wide for me to be able to crop in and shoot my videos. And then there's other aspect where I think that, like, if you like, I don't shoot log format because I don't see the point in color grading and all that crap, right? I've made a lot of social media content over the years, over about 11 years. And to me, done is better than perfect. It's always been that way for me. Done is better than perfect. And can you get a better image using certain lenses and shooting in OpenGate and using anamorphic lenses? I'm not against the fact that maybe you can get a better image or a cooler looking image or different type of image, but just and shooting in log format, and doing all your color grading and stuff. I'm not saying you can't get a better image, but think about the 90% of the people that are watching your videos probably don't give a shit about what your actual video looks like. So they probably don't give a shit about the details that are in the image and all the hard work you put in. And I bet you that if you put in half the work, you'd still get the same amount of views. If you were to just shoot in your standard color profiles and shoot with regular Sony lenses or whatever brand you want to shoot with, you would get the same amount of views and you would get the same amount of comments and you would get the same amount of everything, and you would be like, okay, well, I'd put like, 10% of the work in because I just shot the video and uploaded it, and nobody really cared. If you're trying to do something cinematic, you use your proper frame rate, your 180-degree shutter rule. If it's bright and you're outside, use ND filters and stuff like that. If you're and then just take the footage directly and not really mess around with it in post, save yourself a whole lot of time. And if you're trying to shoot vertical content, back up a little bit so you can get more in the frame. That's my personal thoughts on it. Or use a wider angle lens rather than having to go out and spend money. Like if you're somebody who has been shooting with a Sony FX3, I wouldn't run out and buy this FX5 just for the OpenGate. Like, you'd be wasting your money, because the FX3 I think is still going to be a very viable camera at the end of this month when this camera comes out. It's still going to be a great camera. The FX3 is still going to be top of the food chain when it comes to social media content. The C50 is still going to be top of the food chain for social media content. Same with the Nikon FZR. Kind of interested in that camera now for some reason. I don't know why. My mind has just changed on that. I haven't shot a Nikon since 2015. That's because I didn't know shit about cameras at that time. But I don't know. I think that I think social media trends, like, people get on there and they start talking about the OpenGate, and they're like, oh my God, everybody needs to shoot with OpenGate. And I wouldn't go out and waste my money on a camera just simply to shoot an OpenGate. I was going to do this video in OpenGate just to kind of troll even more, but I'm shooting on the Luna Ultra because I don't have a damn microphone. I forgot to bring a microphone with me. And I actually changed all the cameras that I brought. I only ended up bringing the S9, Panasonic S9. I picked up a 28 to 200 millimeter, like, just travel zoom, which is as f4 to 7.1. And that's been a great little camera for my travels here. So, but yeah, that's my personal thoughts on OpenGate. Like, just to spend. The reality is your content. It's social media, so if people don't like you, you could make the best video in the world, and nobody's gonna watch it. And put all the effort into it, and shoot with the best lens, and shoot with the best camera, and shoot with the best, and it's something you gotta accept. I accept it. Probably people don't like me. That's fine. I'm cool with it. It doesn't bother me. I make social media content because I just enjoy it, and I make camera videos because I enjoy cameras. I enjoy shooting with cameras and going out and filming and all that stuff. So I just love this stuff, and maybe I have a perspective that somebody else might want to learn. Maybe I can teach somebody some stuff, or I doubt that. But anyways, yeah, I just think that OpenGate is just not that necessary. That's my personal thought. We'll see how this. I just lost the tracking. Anyways, that's about it for today's video. I think I got my point across. I'm not in my studio right now. I'm here in Pattaya, Thailand right now for a few more days. And I'm looking at getting the Pocket 4P today. All right, folks. Might be a video coming on the Pocket 4P soon, comparing maybe all three of them when I get back and stuff like that. So, and see which one you want better. But I can tell you right now, the Insta360 took a little ding today. It took a little ding. I had to do a factory reset on it, and I'm not happy about it. All right. We'll see you guys in the next one later.